Another new video, first baseball video for All Ball Talk. We're introducing today a new member, Philly. He's going to be doing, probably my
Yo,
name's
what's good?
Parker,
What's good? What's good?
doing exclusively baseball content. Maybe if we do a little bit of hockey, he'll join in on that. But obviously, Philly, introduce yourself.
Well, name's Philly. Real name's Parker. I'm a huge White Sox guy. I love baseball. Been playing baseball pretty much all my life, and I'm excited to be included on the channel.
Yeah, yeah. Huge addition to the group. He'll bring some good insight. This dude probably watches. I mean, how many Sox games do you think he watch a year?
Probably near the 140 mark. I mean, I don't
That's
think
it.
there's a game I missed.
That's I don't know how many other people are like that. That's pretty insane. But yeah, so let's get right to it. The Sox made one splash signing. I wouldn't say it was a full splash signing, but the future looks good. They got a good farm system now. Definitely top 5 to 10. And they seem pretty far removed from the historic season that they had a couple years ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, 60 wins. Like people might not think that's huge, but that's a huge step in the right direction for the Sox. Because even though a like non 100 loss season would be nice, but those 60 wins, that's better than 24 or how many they had in the season before that. So yeah, obviously it was a huge step in the right direction. We saw a lot of young talent stepping up, especially Miguel Vargas, Levine Sosa, Kyle Teal, Edgar Caro, like those guys, just all the rookies and some of the older guys that came on the team, just stepping up and showing that this White Sox team can be a contender in the next 5, 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it needs to be 5 to 6 years. I think if they can make a jump to around 75 wins, which this year, which is definitely possible with the amount of bats that they have now, their lineup looks much improved. I will say one key weakness with them is this seems the staff is not the pitching staff, the rotation is probably not strong enough to even get near the playoffs, in my opinion. I mean, if you want to go and look at it,
Yeah.
here, let me, right here.
Shane Smith before he got hurt, before he got injured, he was dealing, but then after that he had like I think like 3 or 4 like bad starts, and then he started picking up towards the end, which was promising, but I don't
Yeah.
know how much longer Davis Martin is going to be halfway decent.
Yeah, to go back and look at it. So their projected staff, yeah, Shane Smith, Davis Martin, Sean Burke. So Sean Burke, obviously, I mean, Sean Burke, Shane Smith obviously he was an all-star, but let's be honest, he's no better than a three or four guy in the rotation. Um,
Yeah.
Anthony Kay, I don't know a ton about. And then obviously Sean Newcomb, I think he might be older, but um, I think a wild card in this situation is you have these two young lefties, right? You have Hagen Smith and Noah Schultz in the farm. Um, Schultz obviously had a down year last year, but he's definitely he could definitely still be one of those really good arms in the MLB. There's been a lot of control issues. Kind of the same thing with Hagen Smith, who they drafted in the first round out of Arkansas. Um, but I think they're definitely primed to be in the majors this year and make an impact. And we'll see how they are. What do you think about them?
Obviously, sometimes it wasn't even our batting, it was our pitching that would just absolutely destroy us. Like, to be honest, I think if the Sox got a good bullpen, I think we could be a really good contender because, well, I'm a huge Mike Vassell guy. It's not like he can go out there every night and shove the way he was shoving, because he actually had a pretty decent year if you think about it. Like, I was more confident than if Mike Vassell came in than say one of our starters, because he just found a way to get strikes and strike guys out.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Vassell, he really came onto the scene in that later part of the season, probably the later third. But I don't know if you agree with this, but I think a huge wild card is Grant Taylor, who's obviously a top prospect. They fast tracked him in the majors, just like they did with other guys. I mean, obviously Garrett Crochet, he skipped the minors, like he didn't even throw an inning in the minors. Um, and I'm blanking on another pitcher that was um fast tracked under Chris Getz's supervision when he was the assistant GM. And I wonder if he can find a way into the rotation because he throws over 100. He's got really nice stuff. Like he could be really talented, um, and become a very quality starter, and maybe even this year if he cracks it.
Yeah. Well, Grant Taylor, he came up as a reliever to like try and like produce and like what's the word I'm looking for here? Like develop. He's
Well,
he's uh he's originally a starter. He's a
you
starting pitcher.
exactly you want to get some major league experience, which is
Yeah.
interesting. I'm
Yeah. I
personally
mean,
surprised they haven't tried to take the same way with Noah Schultz.
well, yeah. I mean, the command issues are pretty big. I mean, see, the thing is, Grant Taylor, he would come in and close, but like, if like you can't throw a strike, I mean, like, how are you going to survive even like trying to get guys out? Like, seriously.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, let's take a look at that.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear for the Sox to be competitive next year. They need a Luis Robert bounce back year, and they need someone to emerge in that rotation because the pitching is a severe weakness. And if the pitching can become mediocre, I think the bats could be average too. I think they could be an easy like I think they could be get to 70 wins, 75 wins. I think there could be another notable improvement. Um, yeah. Do you have any thoughts on like where you think that how you think they're going to be next year?
I mean, I think honestly, I think they can. They're obviously not going to lose more than 100 games. I feel like because I mean, it was just amazing watching, like, especially when they went on that run after the All Star break where they won
Yeah.
like 8 in a row. I was like, holy cow, this is a whole new Sox team. And then, especially with the, like, now we're getting a full year of Colson Montgomery and the fact that he was projected to even hit 52, 51 homers. I mean, that's got to be promising. And then we got a guy, Mune. I mean, obviously his numbers against the 93 plus fastball aren't like really special, but I mean, a guy who has that 30 to 40 home run power. I mean, that's just going to be really important for like a young Sox team.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about the Murakami signing is like, I mean, this guy was supposed to be like one of the free agents of 2026. The thing about it is you got him on a major discount because he still has potential. Like I know the thing about he can't hit a ball. He's batting like a little over 100 when he's on over 93. But you never know. So sometimes because those kinds of things are overblown, kind of like size and a quarterback. Like Bryce Young's obviously Kyler Murray, they've turned into pretty quarterbacks in the NFL. Maybe that same kind of idea can be used in the MLB when obviously this is a little different, but you know, you never know. Like he has the power potential again, like you said. And obviously with the MLB transitioning more to a power look. They could have some serious power mixed with good, what would you call it? Like just some really solid bats and guys like Kyle Teal, who they're not going to hit for crazy power, but they're going to be really good hitters. They're going to be a good efficient hitters, and you're going to have Murakami and guys like Colson Montgomery who are going to hit a lot of home runs, just like as Colson Montgomery showed us last year.
Yes, I totally agree with that because I mean Kyle Teal, I mean, and Chase Mydroth even they just came on and they just like hit the crap out of the ball. Like I to be honest, I didn't know who really Chase Mydroth was, and then all of a sudden I see him called up. I'm like, who is this guy? Like I had no clue who he was, and then he's just, I mean, it took him maybe 4 games to start hitting first in the lineup. I was like, this guy's just an amazing hitter. And he would come up in the clutch a couple times too, like runners on late in the game, and he would just knock one to the other side. That's his cup of tea right there, just boosting it to the knocking it to the other side and getting the guys in and making sure they have a chance to win the ball game.
Yeah, and that was what was interesting because when the Sox traded Garrett Crochet last year, it was kind of like they already had Edgar Cuero. So everybody's like, why did they go after Kyle Teal? Like, but Kyle Teal is one hell of a player, and there's a way that they can work with them both. And then Braden Montgomery is obviously this guy he was their first round pick a year before. He has this huge potential. And really the way that the Sox kind of looked at it and with Braden Montgomery and Kyle Teal and everybody's kind of like Chase Mydroth was kind of an afterthought in the trade. He wasn't looked at as like, oh, this dude's gonna be, a really solid player in the league. But you know what? He played year one with the Sox and he looks to be like a contributing player. maybe if you want to be a competitive team, he's probably not your leadoff hitter. Let's be honest. He's a solid hitter, but I don't know if he should be hitting leadoff on a playoff caliber team. But you never know. Maybe he comes out next year and he stays a very productive player who gets on base a lot.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It'd be amazing if we have that one leadoff hitter who you can just trust, like kind of like Mike Talkman. I mean, I know he's not on the team anymore, but I mean, some people have their own opinions, but I thought he was a fantastic hitter. I thought, like he could start the game off right by just not either knocking a double or knocking those weak singles he gets through the middle of the infield somehow.
Yeah. So before we get to the farm, um, I just want to talk to you about Luis Robert, right? Down year, could have traded him for a bag of chips, man. He's got no trade value. So if you go into next year and say he balls down the first half of the season, if you are winning games, if you're around a 500 team, do you sell Luis Robert? I don't know because if he's contributing on a winning baseball team, I think there's a reason to keep him. But if the Sox are in the same situation that they were at last year, I think you got to get rid of him, right? I mean,
Obviously, if he's doing really good and like people are like say like we need pitching help, obviously like bullpen help, and they're willing to give up like a pretty decent arm that's proved themselves to be like a pretty like standard or like above average reliever, like that could be helpful. But this could also be like a Garrett Crush where we thought we were going to trade him at the deadline the year he got traded, but we didn't, and we kept him throughout the season to get a higher asking price. And then say Luis Robert does have a really good year, and then now we're even able to get even more. So I think it's really up to like, I'm not saying we're gonna be a contender, but if the Sox are a contender and like, well, maybe we should just keep Luis and see like how the season plays out, because if we can somehow sneak into a wild card spot and he's doing really good, then might as well just keep the team together until the off season and then go from there.
yeah, and the Sox try to play like the game where they're, like they're some kind of small market team. But no, Reinsdorf, the Sox, they have money they can spend. And as long as there's no salary cap, they have the ability to make an impact. Like, they're not the Cubs, they're not the Dodgers, they're not the Mets, but they're not the Brewers. They're not the Tigers. They have a little bit of money. And um I think if you're a competitive team at the end of this year, say you're I don't know what 75 and was that 75 and 80. If you're around 500, you have the ability, you have the money, make a splash. Obviously, the HBOs are going to take over the Sox and the Bulls at some point. They should have more majority say in the organization. And I would love to see them make a move and really try to get someone in the next offseason. But that's all dependent on the team's success this year. Because if you are sitting at the same 100 loss team, that's you're not in a position. And at that point, you need to ship off and make a lot of changes because I think right now you're expecting to be in step 2 of the rebuild.
Yeah, because if we have another 100 loss season, that's fine. As a Sox fan, you're not really going to expect much. Because like just one person can't change a team. They could, but like realistically, they can't. But but if it's like keep like let's say the year after that, and then like the fourth year, like or like the next year after that, and they're still at 100 losses, like at that point, like you still have Luis Robert, I think at that point you got to be like someone's got to change because we
Yeah.
just can't be this like team that has a bunch of potential, but then we can't do anything because like we don't have the pitching help that we actually need.
Yeah. And so I kind of want to transition to this for our last kind of segment today. But the farm system it's been very talented. Obviously, Noah Schultz has kind of fallen off a little bit, but you've drafted these two really good middle, and I think Caleb Bonham will end up being a corner. But they're right now they're pretty much both shortstops. But first, I want to start off with the biggest one, which is Braden Montgomery. He's obviously 22. He's in his second year of the minors, I believe. Make sure in Double A. First round pick of 2024.
Yeah.
I mean, he has all the tools to become just an elite hitter at the major league level. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
looking at
I
stats,
mean, he's insane.
I see, yeah, 270, 800 OPS, 440 slugging. Like, and the best thing about this is he actually had 70 RBIs, which that's nice. That's nice. He's 120 hits. The one thing that scares me is he does strike out a lot, but everybody kind of strikes out a lot now. I mean, pitchers are so good now. It's kind of tough. Um,
Yeah.
as he has 130 Ks to 57 walks, which isn't great, but it is what it is. Dude, what's your thoughts on Braden Montgomery? And do you think that he'll be able to find a role this year? Maybe a September call up, maybe.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets called up this year. I mean, he fast tracked through the single A and stuff like that. I mean, it was insane. Like I looked at him one day and he's going like 4 for 5 with 2 homers, and the next thing I know, he's in Double A and he's just still dominating as much as he does. I mean, he's just a really good hitter. And then plus whatever he was doing in the off season, whatever team he was on, and he was just dominating. Or that little spring league he was in, or Arizona fall league that he was playing in that I saw, and he's just dominating. I mean, this guy's just going to be like a great hitter. Like
Yeah,
he's
I
going to
think he
be
looked
like,
really good.
yeah, like
And then I think we can pull together Hagen Smith and Noah Schultz as they've kind of taken a little bit of drops in the rankings. Um, both control issues. If I look at the stats though, I'm trying to look at the stats. Noah Schultz. So he obviously had
I
a
mean,
4.6 ERA.
yeah, that's not good, but I think he was hurt most of the season too. I'm not sure how many games he
He had
actually
17
had.
starts. So he did miss it. He missed a
Yeah,
portion. He threw 73 innings, has 77 hits. I mean, the real issue is that he walked 45 guys, and that's unacceptable.
yeah,
And the strikeouts have gone down significantly. So 2024, he had a 2.2 ERA, 24 walks, 115 Ks, and he comes in last year and he has 76 Ks to 45 walks in 15 less innings pitched. That's just not numbers you want to. I mean, that's just clear regression. But obviously, control he can get figured out. Guys have figured out their issues with control. So and he is the 6'10", 6'9" frame. There's just unlimited potential, and he can hit it for sure.
yeah. I mean, he's probably not going to be a Randy Johnson, but he definitely has the build to like be a Randy Johnson.
Yeah, 100%. That was Hagen Smith. Hagen Smith he hasn't been like a shutout pitcher.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
but
much.
he also hasn't been like awful either. I mean,
Like he's been
he has
solid.
108 strikeouts, but I mean, he's walked 56 guys.
Like again, that's control. It's an issue.
Yeah,
But it's only 166 average against him. Like he's just walking guys. Like full
yeah,
42 hits and 75 innings. Like Noah Schultz kind of seems like he got a little bit shelled too. But Hagen Smith just looks like he just has a control issue. But he
yeah,
has some really gross pitches, and I think that both them will definitely. I think that only one of them will make an opening day roster, but I think both of them will definitely have the chance to have a significant role as we get later into the season.
yeah. I mean, looking at Hagen's last 10 games before the season was over, I mean, the only problem is it is the end of the season, but they're only pitching like 4 or 5 innings. They're not going like as deep, or 6 or 7 innings that you usually see out of a major league starter.
Yeah,
But I mean, the only really outlier is, he gave up 4 earned runs one time. Then most of the time it's just 1 or 2, which is not terrible, and he doesn't give up a lot of homers.
yeah. I mean, I'm actually more intrigued with Hagen Smith than I am Noah Schultz. Although I think Noah Schultz could turn into Chris Sale and nobody would blink an eye.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, but also looking at Hagen Smith walks, I mean, 6, 4, and then he had a 1, but then he has 5. Like, I mean, you can't. I mean, I could see why his like the one game he pitched 3.2 innings. Yeah, I could see why they took him out because he walked 5 guys and he
yeah,
let in 4 earned runs. So yeah, I mean, that's just a recipe for a disaster right there. But
yeah. So I mean, it's pretty crazy. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, I mean do you have anything else you want to add? That's pretty much all I got for today. But
I mean, honestly, the only way the Sox, I think, truly become a contender, I think we have the bats. I think we have the like all the fielding bat talent we need. I think we just need to figure out a way to get a good bullpen and like
yeah,
a good pitching staff because Shane Smith can only take us so far. I mean, he was only an all-star because every team gets
yeah. I
one
mean,
all-star for
it was just
for
like
yeah. I
best
mean,
of the worst.
yeah.
But
But yeah, if we find a way to build a like I'm not saying it doesn't need to be like Edwin Diaz type closer. It needs to be like Liam Hendricks for the one good year he was. I mean, that was insane. Like if we can find more guys like him, like or like more guys like Mike Vassell, who you're actually confident in. And I mean Jordan Leisure, I mean he was picking up towards the end of the season. I mean
yeah,
at the
he was
start
impressive. He got much better.
I was like crying. Like I was like, why is this guy coming in? Like this could be really bad. But then towards the end, he was like really picking it up. So if we find guys like Jordan Leisure, I mean Grant Taylor, I mean he was pretty decent coming out of the pen. Mike Vassell. If we just find a like medium to above average pitching staff, it doesn't need to be elite or all star. I think the Sox can make a decent postseason run one year.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to see. Um, I would love to see this team. I think they're in linear regression right now, or linear progression. Sorry. Um, I think they're right around step two. If they can just make that jump this year to 75, 76 wins, like that's a win. And hopefully the next year you're gonna have the money and you're gonna hopefully your prospects like Noah Schultz, Hagen Smith, maybe Montgomery comes in like Colson Montgomery did last year and makes an impact. And hopefully your team can get into a spot where next offseason at this time you're looking at it and you're thinking like, man, this team can compete for a playoff spot. Because you completely ripped it down, which was the right decision. You set the record for the most losses in MLB history, and then you won 60 games the next year with I would say what probably 5 guys that are going to be real contributors on a playoff team. And I think if that number can get up to probably around 10 this year, you're a 75 win team, an 80 win team. And they're in one of
Yeah.
the weaker divisions. Yeah. So there's definitely a path. But I think on the south side, man, you get there's a lot to look up to, or how you say it, but
Yeah. Look forward to. Yeah.
look forward to. Yeah, sorry. There's a lot. We might be in a position in a couple of years where we're having fun watching White Sox baseball, which hasn't happened in a long time.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, I had fun this season. I mean, I got excited every time Kyle Taylor, Colson Montgomery, and even Edgar Carroll came up. Even all the rookies. I was just
Yeah,
excited because just seeing what the future could possibly be and just imagining it is just amazing. It just
yeah,
the future is so bright for those guys.
yeah. I mean, it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch young prospects and just you don't know what you're gonna expect. You don't know what to expect, but they perform. They perform. You know what I mean? It's great to see like kind of like the unknownable player. Um, but yeah, that's hoping for another step in the right direction for the Sox this year. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and this was a good episode. The first episode with Philly. It was a good one.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Represent the South Side.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.